And now, live from the armpit of the world, it's Snackboy.
Today's story goes back to when I was very young. I wasn't maybe in the first grade. This is probably going into the third or fourth grade. I was impressionable, and although I loved horror movies more than anything, probably because I couldn't see them, I couldn't stand real-life violence. I couldn't stand documentary-esque violence. I would never be able to watch a snuff film or see a picture of an actual person in pain. My heart was too big. It went out to the victims of the world. I only liked my massacres in movies like Friday the 13th, where I knew it was all fake, we had a little fun, and we could go home. Not with Johnny. Not with Johnny. Terry, Snackboy, who's Johnny? Johnny. Huh, who is Johnny? That is a very meaningful question. Let's start in the beginning. I'm getting a little teared up. Okay, I begged my mom, Mom, please, oh, please take me to the movies. Can we see a horror movie, Mom? There's 2 horror movies out. There's The Fun House and there's Friday the 13th Part 2. I'll make you a deal, Mom. I'll get straight A's and do my homework, and I'll study. I'll be so good. Please, Mom, please. And I was trying to not let her say no, so I'd keep saying it, please. And it was starting to snow outside, and I wanted so bad. I thought, maybe Mom will stop being so strict and let me see a horror movie. She looked at me and she said, I will not take you to see The Fun House. I will not take you to the Friday the 13th, but I will take you to the movies. Oh, Mom, thank you. At least I was going to the movies. That's better than nothing. We got in the car. The one with the snow tires. We started driving, and I said, Mom, which theater are we going to? She said, we're not going to a theater, Terry. It's a surprise. Oh, I couldn't wait. Oh, wow. I never got to go to the movies. Mom was so strict. I always had to stay home. And then we got to the church. And I said, Mom, what are we doing here at the church? It's the church. She said, that's right, Terry. They're showing a free movie at the church tonight. My heart sank. I don't have to tell you why, people. How much of a bummer is that when Mommy tells you she's taking you to the movies and she takes you to church? Well, I said, we'll just see. So I crossed my arms and I followed her in the sanctuary. I sat down in the 3rd row and the lights went out and the movie began. A movie to this day changed my life. Ladies and gentlemen, Johnny. In Act 1, Scene 1, we see a beautiful young girl, happy as could be, playing on the beach with her friends. She swims out in the lake. She's a good Christian, the narrator tells us. She dives off the raft and hits her head on a rock underwater, and Johnny is paralyzed from the neck down. Well, people, that took about the first 45 minutes, and I started to feel nauseous. I couldn't take it. I saw Johnny in the hospital being carted by nurses. I saw Johnny get her head shaved and glass picked out of her hair. I said, Mom, I want to go. Intermission came. The lights went up. I said, Mom, I can't watch this movie anymore. And she said, Terry, no, you have to be strong for Johnny. People, you're still saying, who's Johnny? Well, Johnny is a very special person, and she's a very living, real-life person. She's in a wheelchair. She's an artist. She draws by putting a pencil in her mouth and draws pretty horses. But I could not feel Johnny's pain any more strongly than I did that night, people. So subjectively was I that I felt like it was me, Terry Snackboy, who had dove into the murky waters and came up paralyzed, almost drowned beneath the serpents. I couldn't take it. I said, Mom, I'm not feeling good. She said, Terry, be strong for Johnny. So we went back in after intermission, and I sat back down. And in the next scene, we saw Johnny get her, in the flashback, dive in slow motion. We saw her neck twitch. We saw her head shave, and I puked. The lights went up. Pastor Javen said, Terrence Crummett, are you okay? And I shrieked, Johnny! Johnny, no! And Mom took me by the hand, and she put me to the car, and she said, oh, Terry, I'm so sorry. I didn't know how deeply you felt Johnny's pain. But I want you to know that Mom made it all right. She drove me home, and she put me in front of the TV, and we watched Valerie Harper and Harper Valley PTA, and it warmed me up. And then Mom went and made Rice Krispie treats for Terry and warmed me up. And to this day,
Cut.
I feel Johnny's